Okay. Good morning, all of you. I welcome you all on behalf of Lovely Professional University and Perspective Foundation in this wonderful webinar as in architecture as career option, which we are going to discuss in this webinar. We will move to Architect Nagendra Narayan for the welcome speech. Sir, Architect Nagendra Narayan, please.
A very good morning to all my fellow faculties, architects, and dear budding architects. I would like to thank all who is here with us for this wonderful interactive session. Today, I, Professor Nagendra Narayan, on behalf of Lovely School of Architecture and Design, Lovely Professional University, Punjab, India, welcomes you all in the world of architecture and design. You all have just planned to join for Bachelor of Architecture courses. We are hoping that you all have a little bit aware about what are the stepping stones for Bachelor of Architecture course in India. That is, what are the architecture options as a career, architecture as a career option. So in your mind, it becomes that why architecture, where architecture, how architecture will be your career option to make your career brighten in future, right? So today, today we have three experts, including me. To more enlighten on this particular topic, we have Professor T. Raja and architect Rehman with me to explore more about the architecture as a career options, like what about the architectural practice in India and abroad also, what about the stepping stones for architecture career, that is a Bachelor of Architecture course in India, what about the statutory body like Council of Architecture and professional architects body like IIA, etc. So first of all, I want to briefly describe about our expert today, Architect G. Raja sir. Architect G. Raja is, we can say that Architect G. Raja is the Thalaiva in architecture profession from Tamil Nadu in India. Architect G. Raja, young dynamic professional in architecture, right? So, according to sir having experience, in synergy of profession and academics along different type of, architecture and other committed work related with architecture education and profession. His passion to my profession shows in the energy and dynamism which reflects in all my achievements. He having, a very active architects from Tamil Nadu, motivational speaker, and attended and organized number of seminars, conferences, and also participated in the different type of, international and national conferences. His strength is always think positive, okay, and try to, bridge the gap, whatever the gap between the senior professionals and junior professionals. I mean, we can say that, expert professionals and rising professional. So he is the man to connect this particular people. He is very committed and having vast knowledge of different type of laws, amendments, and acts enable to fight the cause of architects for the last approximately 2 decades, that is approximately 18 years. Welcome, Professor T. Rajaji. And we have other expert, Professor Rehman. He is presently working as an assistant professor in Lovely School of Architecture and Design, and also shouldering the responsibility as a admission coordinator and also very committed architect planner in India. Since the inception of Lovely School of Architecture and Design, quality education has been central to our mission, and we strive to provide consistent academic mentoring to ensure our students' success in academic and professional life. Lovely School of Architecture and Design is among India's best college and ranked among top 10 promising architecture institutes of India by Higher Education Review. We are in the 21st century era, in an era of smart cities, in an era of sustainable buildings, sustainable development, contemporary interiors. That's why we train our students to become lateral thinkers by focusing on critical design approach. With, with exposure to an international commitment, access to latest tools, softwares, and technology, our students become architects who create buildings and infrastructure that are globally acknowledged. So our mission from Lovely School of Architecture and Design, Lovely Professional University is to provide global attitude in local environment. As we all know that the leadership plays very vital role in holistic growth of human being as well as their professional lives that leads to the societal as well as local development. Architect is the leader of the society. So we have more responsibility, and we always try to find excellency in our profession. Excellence in any department can be attained only by the labor of a lifetime, and that can't be purchased at a lesser price. So our responsibility being an architect is more, we are the leader of the society. We hope you will all enjoy the session. Thank you once again. Our blessings are always with you to build your career as a skyscraper in future. Thank you very much to Perspective Foundation, founder, architect, Professor T. Raja, and our coordinator, Professor Rahman, to organizing this session. Thank you very much. And now I am over the session to Rahman. Thank you.
Thank you, Nagendra sir. I welcome you all students again, aspirant to be architect, and now I'll be sharing my screen to you guys. Feel free to ask questions. Keep your questions in the chat box. We'll be taking up your questions after the session is over. I hope my screen is visible, Nagendra sir. Is my screen visible, sir? Nagendra sir?
Yes, Rahman sir, can go ahead.
Visible. Please continue.
So, okay, starting with the architecture, interior designing, urban planning, or any other courses fall under the creative professions. Today, we are going to talk about the creative professions. Creativity is can be described in 3 words. One is the creativity is new, and creativity which can be turned into reality. So something which is new and something, the idea that is new and it can be turned into reality is called creativity. If it is not new, then it is just like a common sense you have. And if it is not, it cannot be turned into reality, then it is just like a dream. So creativity is idea that is new and it can be turned into reality. So God is the creator who created universe into and kept into balance for us. So we also part of the creation and we want to be creator ourselves. So creativity is gift plus the skill. So everyone who is in this universe present as human being does have this creativity into themselves as gift, and we need to just develop our skills. And to develop those skills, we need to pursue some of the professions that are creative professions. One of those is the architecture. Architecture is building, it is science and art of making building. It engulfs the functions into it and makes the building more and more aesthetics and more functional. Architecture is a process where you actually go through a very small understanding of the landscape or the site. Then you go to the concept planning. From the concept planning, you actually develop the understanding of the concept. Then you develop the whole planning system. After developing the planning system, you come to the sections and innovation, and ultimately the building is ready, which has been thought. So architecture is the science and arts of making a building from through a various very established process. So which college or universities you should actually think of joining in architecture? Well, first of all, you need to look into the accreditation and memberships. Well, whether the college is accredited with Council of Architecture, it is approved by Council of Architecture of India, whether it is having some kind of a membership of IIA, whether they have the student chapter of IGBC, or they are associated with INTAC, whether they have some kind of an international academic tie-up, because some of the universities actually make it possible that when you have understood the Indian context, you should little bit understand the foreign context also. So do they have those academic tie-up, whether it is with for 1 semester or 1 month, like that, whether there is a credit transfer system or not. Whether one very important thing, whether you should join one university or a college. In university, you get all the diversity. There should be total diversity from students from international area to different countries to the different states of India. Because without diversity, you won't be able to thrive in architecture. You need to learn from different cultures and different professions. So the university can provide you different, actually the umbrella of professions, the umbrella of diversity, culture, ethnicity, etc. And it will make you learn a lot of things. Do they have co-curricular activities? Because architecture is itself a profession, but you need to become a more and more like a holistic person. You need to have little bit of cultural aspect, little bit of sports aspects also. Does they have those co-curricular activity? The one of the main exposure that student gets in architecture is the yearly tour. Do the university or the college actually provide you good study tour exposure? Do they take you to different parts of India or the different part of the world? Do they take you to different architectural monument or modern architectural wonders? Do they make you interact with different kind of architects? One more important thing that you should look for in one college is the infrastructure. Does the college have infrastructure to hold different activities? Does the college have infrastructure to hold the sports program? Does the college have infrastructure to give you some space to, after the work, you have to do some cycling? You just go for the cycling and just refresh your mind. Do they have that kind of infrastructure? Do they have world-class level of library? Architecture is more related to the field work. When you actually have the field work or the more and more connection with the field work, you actually learn more. So every step of architecture is more and more field work. So does the university provide you opportunity to go for the field work? Do the university or the college have the infrastructure to hold different kind of equipment, like 3D printer, the laser cutting equipment, the innovative library, their good workshop, good studios? Do the university provide you better placement opportunities? Or you just look into the website of the architecture college or university, whether they provide you, whether the students have worked into different kind of good reputed architects or different foreign architects, whether they have went for internship to Germany, whether they have gone for internship to different Middle Eastern countries or Asian countries or American countries. They have gone there. Try to look into those things, because those gives you exposure, those gives you understanding that okay, there is something there into this university which provides some kind of exposure. Does the alumni have some kind of an success into making some kind of a iconic building or something like that? One more important thing you should look into, that architecture is more into nowadays going into the research form. Does the university or college holds regular conferences, international conferences, bring good speakers to the college, whether they call for good research papers or good speakers. That is one thing. Does the university provide you opportunity to meet or interact with architects like Raj Rewal, B.V. Doshi, or very prominent architects in India? Do they have those opportunities to provide those interaction? One more important thing you should look into is the whether the university or the college of architecture does have good reputed practicing or researcher and practicing architects in the basket, whether they have good experience architects who are working as well, who are doing research in the field, who are well experienced to provide you good architectural, because experience talks a lot, architectural experience. So architecture provides, after understanding the whole scenario of selecting, because this is the strategy of getting into the architecture college, whether those points are fulfilled by different universities and colleges or not, because you are going to spend 5 years into that college or 4 years into that university or 5 years, so that your career is more and more prominently enhanced into the future. So how architecture career actually take you to jobs or entrepreneurship or higher studies? So there are lots of jobs available in government sector, in private sector. There is the beauty of architecture is the entrepreneurship. You can do some kind of a consultancy project. You can do turnkey project. Turnkey project is something like you take the whole project. It's the opportunity for you to take the whole project and build up the whole project. That is called turnkey project. Then you can do for higher studies and specialization. So the jobs available is in municipality, government jobs, and then CPWD, railways, BHEL, Ministry of Defense, urban development authorities, and there are lots of private sector. You will search for. Why don't you search for architects at nearby and just talk to them that I'm going to pursue the degree? What do you think my process of study should be? Just meet those architects. So architect Hafiz Contractor is there, CP Kukreja, Soumya, and Oscar Orponi, and then there are lots of architects are there in the market. So what is the eligibility? The eligibility is 10+2 with physics, chemistry, math. You need to pass that exam. There is a relaxation this time, and either if you have diploma in 10+3 with mathematics, then also you can go for BR, and you have to give one competitive exam, that is JEE paper 2 or NATA. NATA is coming up in the June, and so the NATA will be explained by Raja sir, and later on in this webinar. Then there is this scholarship program. Every university does have some kind of scholarship program. LPU does also have that scholarship, that is called LPU Nest. You can give LPU Nest and you can get up to 50% scholarship. That are given to lots of students. Now I will be from this whole understanding, we understood that the whatever the architectural colleges or whatever universities are there, you are in your nearby or in the North India or Eastern India, you just search for those, compare those colleges with respect to what things I have taught, whether they have infrastructure, good faculty, they have research, they have innovations, they have a field study tour, whatever they do, these things are available in the colleges or not, and what kind of placement opportunities they give. Now I'll be handing over to this session to architect Nagendra Narayan sir for talking more about the architecture practice. After acquiring the BR degree, what is the process of doing architecture practice and what are the options of going for architecture practice? Nagendra Narayan sir. Nagendra Narayan sir.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Rahman, for explaining the particular, things very nicely. That what are the, I have already, during my welcome address, we have already stated that why architecture, where architecture, how architecture. These particular questions arises in the mind of every young, the student who is going to join or thinking about the joining the Bachelor of Architecture course or opting as a architecture as a career option. So these particular questions always comes in the mind when we are a student. Same type of questions in my mind: why architecture, where architecture, and how architecture. So these particular things play very instrumental role for the pondering and thinking about that one, right? So as far as the architecture practice is concerned, so first of all, infrastructure, what about the eligibility criteria? And after that one, we are talking about, okay, after completion of the Bachelor of Architecture course, what are the job prospects after doing this one, like the other professions? So for this particular thing, we have architecture practice can be carried or led by the person who is already registered architect in Council of Architecture, New Delhi, and the provision to register the particular architect in the Council of Architecture is the minimum criteria is qualified Bachelor of Architecture course from any recognized institution, universities, colleges, schools that we already be registered with Council of Architecture. So after registration, anyone can practice as an architect and work that vary from different type of things. So you can see here in this particular visuals, work as project architect from concept evaluation to the final execution of the particular project. So you can see in this particular visuals that how an architect can imagine the particular things in the mind and try to interrelate, hand, mind, and the particular paper and design the particular concept. And after designing that particular concept, give the particular concrete form, plan, elevation, section, and finally the execution on the particular ground. So this type of work comes under the particular practice, and that particular practice can vary from micro level to macro level. This is the beauty of architecture profession, that how we can handle the particular project from micro level to macro level. Means architect can design the small unit of the residential projects, a small unit of the commercial projects, to mega cities, township, different type of things, right? So these are the particular vast scope for an architect. And a number of times during my session, I have shared with my all budding architects and budding professionals that architecture is such a profession that having 100% employability. Reason is that architecture is 100% professional course, and that's why there is a less chances of unemployability. Reason is that architect can practice, architect can open the particular firms as an architecture can practice like an urban designer, urban planner, but requires something higher studies for the planner and some other type of things. But for urban designer, anyone can do any type of things. Besides that one, if you want to beautify the particular things as an specialized architect, anyone can pursue the particular course in such a way that as an landscape architect or interior designer or different type of things. For example, in this particular visuals, you can see here, this is the particular land that can be beautified by the master architects in such a way that can, anyone can see this particular project and say, wow, wonderful design, amazing, like that one. So landscape architect play very instrumental role. Nowadays, our whole world, our nation and the other world is also facing the problem of the oxygen. So landscaping part and the plantation part, that's play very instrumental role to build up, and we can plant such type of things that can increase the oxygens and other type of things. So being an architect, being a landscape architect, we will do this type of things. So the instrumental role and our responsibility as a landscape architect or as a other type of manager, leader. Initially, we have already stated that leadership play very instrumental role, and architect is the leadership of the society. So how that can be? Construction project manager. An architect can play instrumental role as a leadership of the particular big type of project. So as a construction project manager, architect can also work and play and give the particular execution of the project in such a way that can enhance the particular complete project. Reason is that architecture is 5-year course, and during these particular courses, number of different type of expertise type of courses taught by the expert faculty, and also our budding architects train for the leadership quality, how we can execute the group work, how we can execute the particular group work. So other besides that one, other things that we have in India, number of historical monuments, such a monuments that play very instrumental role and national importance, international importance type of heritage we have. So in India and abroad also, in other country also, we have, as a architect can play instrumental role as a architecture profession in conservation. So architect can work as a conservation architect after pursuing the higher degree from national type of institute like SPAs or IITs and some other type of things where we have. Okay, so we have vast scope for the as a conservation architect. Other nowadays, everyone is talking about the sustainable development, sustainable architecture, green building, and some other type of things. So as an architect, we will also play a very instrumental role as a expert related with the Griha or LEED. Besides this one, we have also the SHOM GEM as a GEM certified trainer or IGBC trainer, Indian Green Building Council. India first green building that was in Hyderabad, Godrej building Hyderabad, designed by the Indian architect Karan Grover. Right. So we as an architect, after our budding architects, after pursuing the course and registered as an architect, can pursue this particular graded expertise from Griha, IGBC, LEED is the American agency, and GEM, Griha, and IGBC is the Indian rating system exclusively for green building. So as in we will work as a sustainable architect or as an expert as an expert of Griha, IGBC, LEED, and GEM certified trainer, and we will certify the particular buildings and the particular campus and particular different type of things as a that particular project is as a green building. Other important thing is that besides that one, if you want to beautify, everyone want to interiors that can enhance the ambience of the particular interiors in such a way. So as an interior designer, architect can also work as an interior designer. Although interior designer play very instrumental role. So we will, as an architect or as a after taking the higher studies as an architect, we will play very instrumental role to beautify and to improve the ambience of the particular interior of the different type of either interior of the offices, interior of the residences, interior of the malls, interior of the classroom, interiors of the some other type of things. So as an interior designer, we will play also very instrumental role. So we can, as an architect, you can also see here, this is the buildings of number of buildings and, in our in our campus, Lovely Professional University, having different type of the things. But as an, if anyone can join as a Bachelor of Architecture, join in the Bachelor of Architecture course. So lot of things we have also that how we can, enjoy through the educational tour, through the other type of extracurricular activity. This is just not only that architecture students only engage in the particular designing, interior and landscaping and some other type of things. We have already stated architect is the leader of the society. Architect is the leader of the any type of projects. So we have as an architect lot of responsibility how we can execute the particular project. So this is architecture is very noble profession in all respect, and after pursuing the particular course, anyone can brighten the particular career. But I, Professor Rehman, and we have also the other expert already stated that where architecture, how architecture, and why architecture, right? This is the one thing. Other important thing is that, okay, you have joined the particular Bachelor of Architecture course, you have completed the course, but the important thing in architecture, exclusively in India, that without qualifying the aptitude test, like you must, students, aspirants must qualify the Bachelor of, for joining the Bachelor of Architecture course in India. As per the norms from the Council of Architecture, students must qualify NATA, National Aptitude Test in Architecture, and JEE Paper 2 that was conducted by the central government. So important thing is that any student who is wishing to join the architecture course, wishing to opt architecture as a career, but how that students qualify the NATA, how that our budding professionals, budding architects will qualify NATA and JEE Paper 2. So for enlighten on this particular topic, we have expert, our fellow friends, architect, Professor T. Raja from Tamil Nadu. So I'll hand over the session to our fellow friends, Professor Raja, to enlighten more our students on particular NATA and particular JEE Paper 2. That was the entry level for our budding professional. Thank you very much, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nagendran, sir. And it's a pleasure to be a part of Lovely University and part of Nagendran, sir, a very loving friend of mine. And thank you so much, Nagendran, for inviting me. And thank you, Rahman, sir, for wonderful presentations. And I think both of them actually briefly made you understand what is academics and architecture. And Nagendran, sir, very clarifyingly actually said lots of things about architectural practice and understanding. I mean, architecture, this has got a great scope, and it is like a sky high program. So I'm going to actually tell you about how to get into this particular system. That is one of the important things which we need to understand and we'll learn. So we'll see like how it actually works. This thing. Thank you. Am I audible and my presentation is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, perfectly, sir. Please continue.
Thank you. On behalf of Perspective Foundation, the idea of Perspective Foundation is to create awareness among the youngsters to pursue architecture and give them a scope and view and vision. That is the idea of Perspective Foundation. And I'm Professor Raja. I've done my master's and doing my PhD. And I'm the founder and principal architect of Signature Designs, a professor with the Periyar Maniamma University at Thanjavur. What is architecture? How to get into architecture? It's a very important question, which is in the mindsets of all the people. We always have this kind of very important, because many people are not having that kind of an awareness, because they all know what is an architect, and there are some people don't understand what an architect does. Everybody knows what is an architect because they have seen for centuries and centuries that, you know, the people are actually making beautiful buildings. They are called as the ustads or vastu shilpakars, or the architects, and they don't understand what exactly and how to actually get into architecture. My basic structure of this particular program or the presentation will be telling you what is architecture and who is an architect, what are the skills which are needed for the architect, what is the meaning of an aptitude in architecture, how the aptitude is tested in architectural entrance examination, and what is an architectural aptitude. And we will actually discuss about the NATAC questions, JEE paper 2A questions and interpretations of them. First of all, I want to actually tell you what is architecture is all about. You know, a person who actually sees a painting, sees it in a two-dimensional thing, tries to visualize something. A person who actually sees the sculpture actually walks around the sculpture and try to understand it in a three-dimensional way, try to perceive that in a three-dimensional way. What actually happens in a building where you can actually feel yourself, your senses actually come alive, you know. That is what we call it when we walk into the system or walk into the building. We actually, you know, forget everything. We go beyond and we actually get that emotional value which is attached to that. That is the reason why from the early time to today's life, we have, you know, the sense is actually getting provoked in a shelter. You know, it could be actually a great monument like pyramid, or, you know, a great beautiful building like Taj Mahal, or your house. Everything is a sense of feeling. It actually provokes your emotion from a temple to the church. To see, just take an example, how a person would have made actually an architect. First of all, he would have wanted to actually save himself from the circumstances, and he wants to be secure and alive inside a safer place. Just imagine, people actually have made a beautiful building for their dead body. Those the pyramids and Taj Mahals, you know, like they are actually provoking the emotion. A person who can actually be a testimony for life is an architect. You know, today all we are talking about Egyptian architecture or the Mughal architecture. The people are not there, the traditions are not there, the culture is not there, but the buildings are actually witnessed or testimony to that particular society, particular technology, particular attitude. So what architects do, they don't do anything else other than building buildings, because designing a building itself, as Nagendran sir rightly said, we have spoken about how to build a building, what is design of landscapes and what is the design of interiors. When we design all these things, we must understand it actually falls under a category of form, space and ambience. That's what I was telling about. I actually came into, or I started feeling emotive, or what you are seeing behind that picture, a bird's nest. It's basically a stadium, a Olympic stadium. But why it is actually made so beautiful? That's one of the important questions which we need to ask, you know. Why is it so beautiful? Why is it, it's just a football stadium or any stadium, Olympic stadium, where they're going to play. But to create that beautiful form, to attract, he has created such a beautiful space, which an ambience, you know, the design of an architect comes alive with its form, space and ambience. To reflect, you know, it's not only just making a form, space and ambience, but it has to be reflected through a functional understanding, a technical understanding, a social, environmental understanding. First of all, why I'm actually saying all these things, you must know, you have to actually inherit what is architecture. social, environmental. For people, for the environment, this person has to work. The aesthetic consideration, it should be beautiful. It should be looking great. How? It requires the creative manipulation, coordination of material and technology, and of comfort. But that means architect is a person who should be aesthetically good. He should be technically correct. He should be professionally managing everything. That means it has to be, he has to have so many different ideas in his mind to actually get into or form this beautiful space, adding this barren land to an environment-friendly human living space. You know, it's a very important thing. Just actually, it's a barren land. Taj Mahal was actually lying in the barren land of Yamuna River. Suddenly, Ustad Ahmad Lahori saw the beauty of that particular place and created a wonderful monument called Taj Mahal that becomes the testimony for the beauty of Mumtaz today also, to form an environmental friendly, see, please understand, human living. That means a person who has to understand the psychology, physically satisfying spaces. So you want to be a creator, then like you are a god, then you must be knowing so many things in yourself, because you're a god. A god should know so many things. And it's actually an enjoyment also, like, you know, because you are actually a creator, you actually feel like dancing, because it's like a music about architecture. It's you have to do it, you have to act, you have to make, you have to construct, you have to create. You're the person who was doing everything. You know, there are many buildings, many aspects of professional life which is involved in every aspect of our, our life. But just think about it, one building, one architect. There are hundreds of workers who are working, hundreds of engineers who are working, but one person who is the God who actually creates. That's the reason why, please understand this very clearly. I've told about creative manipulation. I told about technology. I talked about material. I talked about project management. Here comes discussing the possibility of things. That means you have to work together. You have to talk together. You have to have verbal communication with yourself, criticizing the projects, forming the questions. That means you need to be a very, very good judge. You have to actually understand every situation properly. So that teaching is also based on languages or the dialogues. What actually happens? What actually skills which are needed for that particular architect? You know, first of all, an architect must actually have a creative manipulation. What is a creative manipulation? Let us actually work on that. What is a sense of scale and proportion? What is the aesthetic sensitivity? What is our observation skills? What is your critical thinking ability, cognitive skills in yourself, and drawing skills in yourself, general awareness about architecture? These are the basic skills which are needed for architecture. That means you are not to be tested for these skills, correct? Because to get into architecture, let us test you. How to test which you have this all qualities within yourself. Creative manipulation is nothing but, you know, manipulating your creativity. That means creating beautiful things out of your manipulation. Here there is a jackfruit which is actually converted as a beautiful building. The cubes and, you know, squares which are actually converted into beautiful grids. Here there is a beautiful circle which is connecting the sky and the earth. You know, like it's talking about the beautiful water which is below. On top there is a beautiful, this horizon you can see there in the end of this sea, but horizon is actually created. But this beautiful architect who is standing on top of it and measuring that horizon so beautifully. That is what actually we call it as a creative manipulation. Sense of scale and proportion, you know, we try to understand what is the understanding of scale, how you actually understand. When you see an elephant, you actually, you know, get very, very astonished, you know, like you see the elephant, wow, what an elephant which you actually stand next to you. When a building actually stands on top of you and it makes a statement to you, that means the sense of scale and proportion which you connect with each other, you actually create a beautiful building. Aesthetic sensitivity, you are actually watching, you're watching a beautiful, you know, you're watching a beautiful rose. For an example, you're watching a rose. If somebody says, like, you know, I actually take it to one of you, and one says, sir, it's beautiful. One says, wow, sir, so beautiful. The petals are actually so beautiful. The third person says, sir, see the colors, how the colors are actually creating a depth in that particular petals and it's reflecting so beautiful. It is the aesthetic sensitivity, because as an architect, you are actually creating beautiful building, which I have told you when I started this lecture altogether. You need to have an aesthetic sensitivity towards understanding the thing. Then critically thinking, how to actually convert the thinking ability of yourself into critical understanding. That is very, very important as for an architect is concerned. Because you're a god, you have to create, you have to actually make everybody ching chong chung, chong chong ching, or Raja sir, or Nagendran sir, are all the same. But we are actually different because we are actually beautifully, critically thought by the God to actually have this kind of a form to ourselves. This is a great understanding of the God. That great understanding of the God comes from a different understanding towards yourself. What you have in your mind, it's called as cognitive ability, which is memory. What is there in your memory, which you'll be producing? Because Mumtaz, he might have actually seen it only once, that Ahmad Lohori, and made this beautiful Taj Mahal out of his memory. What's a beautiful, even Shah Jahan would not have actually imagined a beautiful building like that. A processing is very, very important. What is in your memory? What kind of an understanding which you have? Then you have to give a logical reasoning for that particular process. Then you have to mobilize that particular process. Then perception comes, how you perceive, how you see the thing, how attentive you are. These are the skills which is expected in your particular cognitive ability. Raja sir, he's talking about big things, bada cheese bol rahe hain. Nahi, it is not about bada cheese. A perception is nothing but somebody sees it as a 6 and somebody sees it as a 9. Let us actually see this tiger which was given in the last NATA examination. How many tigers to found? It is how attentive you are. Check out the image to find where other tigers are hidden. That is the question which is asked. Many people have answered 14. 14 is a wrong answer. You will not be given any marks because you are not attentive enough. Because if you are not attentive enough in the building, if you are building a Burj Dubai, you are not attentive enough on the 4th floor, then the entire floor will fall. You have to be attentive enough. You have to understand. That is the way you have to understand. Here, recognition. How you recognize a pattern, how you recognize and understand a color. It's very important. You have to deeply get into the idea of recognition. Recognition itself is wrong there written, but still Raja sir has written, so the spelling might be actually correct there. But where is the recognition which actually comes from the colors which are actually there? You need to recognize. You have to be attentive because you are an architect, you are a creator. If Raja sir has actually given, a big nose, then you would have become Shah Rukh Khan. So God has actually made very, very attentive. That is the reason why you become an architect, So it's very important you understand the attentiveness, then how you memorize the things, that is very, very important for you to, because memory is a normal procedure which every technocrat must actually have. What is a drawing skill, my dear friends? Everybody says it should be a good drawer for an architect. No. I'm a good verbal guy. I speak very well. I speak very well. I can explain my architecture to everyone. I can explain my sketches. It is the way you express your creative ideas to the observer. That is very, very important. It is not only drawing skills alone, my dear friends. It is the verbal skills, non-verbal skills, every particular skill which you can express your creative ideas to the observer makes the difference in the entire thing. Then you must actually have a general awareness, right? You know about Shah Rukh Khan, then you must be knowing about Gauri Khan. You must know like what is the franchise is actually having. Or Hum Aapke Hain Kaun is actually, Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge is actually done by which actor? And who was the co-star for a long time with Shah Rukh Khan? Then you must know all these things. But if you want to actually know about, the cinema or Shah Rukh Khan, then you must be knowing all these things. My dear friends, we also expect the same from you because you are coming into architecture. We expect you to know architects. We expect you to know buildings. We expect you to know materials. We expect you to know what is Pritzker Award. It's nothing wrong. When somebody is asking about Gauri Khan, if you want to know about Shah Rukh Khan, then I will be obviously asking when you come to my entrance examination or aptitude test, who is this fellow who is actually keeping his, he actually put his ship inside that falling water. So the ship is fallen. So he kept his hand like that. Who is that person? Frank Lloyd Wright. So we must also understand that. Coming to the aptitude understanding, a natural ability to do something. A natural ability, like, for an example, if there is a music, then what will I do? I'll actually start jumping in because I like the music. It is the natural ability of myself to dance for that particular music. If I keep quiet just like that, then the people will look at me like this fellow is a deaf fellow. He cannot actually hear him. A natural ability to do something is aptitude. If you want to be a musician, you must know some basic of music. What is a piano? You must know. If you want to be a photographer, you must know what is a camera looks like. This is a basic understanding towards an aptitude. So this NATA, the National Aptitude Test in Architecture, please understand, this is not a ranking test. It is a qualification examination. You are actually asking, we are asking whether you are eligible for architecture or not. My dear friends, if you are not getting qualified in this particular examination, think that you are a better doctor than an architect, because you are not actually eligible for that particular examination. That means you want to be qualifying into this examination. It measures the aptitude of the applicant for the specific field of study, which I have spoken about, that is architecture, the assessment of cognitive skills for drawing and composition of observation skill, sense of proportion, aesthetic sensitivity, and critical thinking, which I have spoken about. So it's going to be a computer-based examination this time, and choice at the center located by the Council of Architecture. There are 125 questions were asked last time, with 10 memory-based questions for 200 marks. Many people who came to me and said, like, sir, 200 marks, I could not understand that imaging question, because you're not attentive, my dear friends. 30 seconds are enough. If you are actually watching Shah Rukh Khan for 30 seconds or Rajinikanth for 30 seconds, I'll tell you, you will be able to actually tell what is the next movie he's actually planning for, because his outlook has changed. You know what is the movie he's actually. You can actually sell a story for one hour, and you can watch one picture for 30 seconds. In your perception and attentiveness, you can actually challenge that question, or you can challenge that image particularly. Here, basically, these questions are actually asked in a different way altogether. Let's not get confused with all these things. Let's actually get a clarity on that. It's about diagrammatic reasoning. Try to actually understand your logical reasoning, which I told you for architecture, diagrams, scenario, and etc. Numerical reasoning, I told you, mathematics is a very simple ability for any person. It's a very simple ability. It is not like that.
I think sir got disconnected.
Raja sir disconnected.
But Nagendra sir, please continue about the NATA.
Yeah. So basically our fellow friends, Professor T. Raja sir disconnected, but he's explaining very nicely about the how we can Yes sir. Please continue, sir.
The next one.
Hello,
diagrammatic reasoning. Sorry. Yes. Diagrammatic reasoning is the test of the ability of logical reasoning using the diagrams and the scenarios. Then you will be given scenarios, you'll be given diagrams to make you understand, because you have to express through diagrams. Numeric test and verbal reasoning. This is verbal. Raja sir in front of you speaking about something. It's a verbal reasoning. Ability to assess the verbal logics. And inductive reasoning is a testing the ability to see patterns. Because an architect is a person who understands the pattern. He actually has to work with the 2-dimension and 3-dimension. Situational judgment, I told you, it's a test problem solving activity of an architect which is needed. A logical reasoning is a test to ability to recognize the patterns, sequences, or relationship between the shapes. Abstract reasoning will assess the knowledge. Shah Rukh Khan's wife Gauri Khan, please remember that. And ability to utilize knowledge in new situations. That is very, very important as an architect for you. Like the topic of the NATA will be actually based on the basic concepts in mathematics, physics, and chemistry, and geometry, language and interpretation, elements and principles of design, aesthetic sensitivity. You have to actually read about thinking, Because people ask me like, why color theory? If anybody who cannot understand what is the basic color, red and yellow or blue, and many people come to me and say red and yellow and green, sir. Many people come up with lots of ideas, new ideas. If you cannot even recognize what is the primary color, what is a VIBGYOR, then you cannot actually get into a qualitative aspect like architecture. Like a doctor needs to actually understand biology very well. He could have actually cut, which you also must actually have, the lateral thinking and the logical reasoning, visual perception and recognition. That is very, very important. How you visually understand. I told you about a rose. Visual perception is a very important thing. Graphically, how do you understand? If you cannot actually differ between a square and a rectangle, then it is not possible for you to actually make that beautiful building. Building anatomy and architectural vocabulary, its basic understanding and basic techniques of building construction and knowledge about materials, a bit of that one, and general knowledge and the current affairs. Diagrammatic reasoning, I'll just logical ability will assess other factors which actually assess the skills and ability to during the diagrammatic reason. Analytical ability, decision making, logical and abstract reasoning. All the questions were asked last time in NATA examination. The NATA examination, 125 questions had analytical ability. It has got decision making ability. It has got logical and abstract reasoning. It has got critical thinking ability and problem solving ability. Don't actually put your mind into something else, because NATA is going to be repeated in the same way. Those 125 questions will be coming again also. Because this NATA was different, because you were not knowing about anything, that is the reason it was different. But if you look at that in a careful manner, then you can understand that in a different way. You can answer them properly. Focus your mind. Numerical reasoning test assess numbering data. Numbering data does not mean always mathematics, sin thetas and cos thetas. It is about drawing a conclusion from a data. That is very, very important, because a table and a graph which is in the form can actually give that kind of analytical understanding for you to draw a conclusion. So let us not put that in a mathematics way. It is a numerical way which needs to be understood. Verbal reasoning is the ability to understand and comprehend a passage. The way we are actually talking, you must actually be able to actually read so many things, because reading is a very important language which actually communicate to your understanding towards architecture. So it's very important you read more, you know about history, you know about things, you know about different ideas. Situational judgment, where you are making a situational judgment, it's a real life aspect. Please understand, many people are saying that, drawing, those drawing tests were not actually having that kind. No, the drawing tests were having the real life aspect of the job. It was actually testing your situational judgment. That is what they were doing. They actually asked you questions like this. The questions were asked like you were actually in a boat and seeing so many things, or you were in a fish tank actually looking at so many things, or you were in a zoo looking at so many things. Why? Situational understanding of the scale and the proportion you are able to understand, or what is the situational judgment which you are making in that particular aspect. Logical reasoning, which it's a broad group of aptitude tests. It can be anything. It can be a riddle, it can be a problem, it can be a small understanding of A plus B plus C. It can be anything of that sort. Abstract reasoning is a use of assess your spatial aims and assessing your ability to evaluate all this information, make accurate decisions. Let me actually just go back. I've just taken a very small, presentation. If you know about this girl or not, I don't know, but try to, get this. This is a monochromatic understanding of a person. Then you come here as a two-dimensional understanding of a picture. She's an actress very famous in Tamil Nadu and South India. Her name is Nayanthara. So I just, put her in the two-dimensional understanding. Now this is a monochromatic understanding. Now it is actually a three-dimensional understanding when you start seeing so many things. Now she is actually beautified with very simple aspect. Some people like it like this. Some people might like it like this. This is a plate which has got a nice rice here. Then this is biryani. Fantastic. People actually love it. We all want to actually eat biryani. Like wonderful. There is anda there. There is a mutton there. Beautiful colors. Please understand. a cube or a square, which is a small two-dimensional form transformed into three-dimensional form. A three-dimensional form which transformed with the principles. That principles are the ones which are actually decorating that particular element. A decoration of the particular element is called as the transformation of values. It could be color, it could be shape, it could be texture, it could principle, that actually okay, fine, I'm so beautiful, this girl is so beautiful, I actually put her somewhere in the space, in moon, she'll be flying, she'll not actually get any acting charge. Or I'll put this biryani somewhere in they don't know about this biryani. That means the space is a very important aspect where you are going to put up your transformation. That means your values are actually put up in a space. A spatial understanding is very, very important as an architect. That we must actually learn from this particular subject. That means the entire concept of this aptitude test is going to test your elements. That means the basic elements of design. That's from the dot to the line to the circle to the cuboids to the transformation of the principles of different. Its principle is not like that. You sing a song. Hum aapke hai kaun. This is not actually only that song which is actually creating some kind of rhythm. It is actually talking about so many values. Say for an example, I sing a song. Neele neele ambar par chand jab chaaye. The music, the rhythm, the repetition, the concept, the letter, the verbal, everything should actually, come together. If they come together, then it will actually create a beautiful song altogether. Let us see this beautiful building. Beautiful building which is sketched like this. This is the beautiful building which is in the environment with its elements of design like squares and rectangles and cubes and textures. And then principles of design like materials, rhythm and all the fundamentals of that principles are actually together creates a beautiful, good design. That is what we all need to understand and recognize. Let me actually go to the last part of this session, that is JEE paper 2A. My dear friends, many colleges offer NATA classes. Many institutions in India are actually taking the NATA and the 12th standard marks. But this time NATA is actually somehow mandatory for every admission, I hope. Let us actually see OA comes up with a clear. So the NATA examination becoming mandatory. So you all actually attend your NATA examination as per the 2020 regulations which are there. JEE main studying in all beautiful colleges is good actually, but studying in government institutions like NITs, SPS, being an NITian actually, the college which actually gives a kind of little further scope to your financial understanding or to your understanding of studying in a good college. So if you want to actually study in government aided colleges or the central government colleges, kindly prepare for JEE main paper 2A. This JEE main paper 2A, now you need just 35% of the mark. Your board examination, you have to just concentrate on your particular JEE paper 2A examination. JEE paper 2A examination is crafted in a beautiful way. It's as per the regulations. It is crafted in a beautiful way. It is to make you understand the elements of design, principles of architecture, situational judgment, logical understanding through, see, for an example, you are actually given a two-dimensional understanding of square, rectangle to create a pattern in JEE main 2 in a drawing section. That is what is the understanding. Maybe that is actually asked theoretically in NATA examination, but let us not actually leave drawing. You draw, then only you will understand the concept behind the drawing, Please try to understand. This is how you have to actually go for JEE main paper 2. There will be mathematics, there will be general aptitude, and there will be drawing. 100 marks of mathematics, 200 marks of general aptitude, which actually includes the two-dimensional understanding, various possible understanding towards your two dimension, and of course the isometric of 3-dimension, etc. The third part is going to be drawing, 100 marks, which is one part will be actually of two-dimensional understanding or a 3-dimensional form understanding, and the second part will be actually your situational judgment or taking your cognitive ability, a perception, memory. Take a vegetable vendor who is actually selling something, or any kind of a memory which you have in your understanding. So this is actually about this fundamental, and you are planning also, like fourth part will be planning questions. I have these small topics which are covered. You can actually see it in the NTA, National Testing Agency's workouts. So this is what we are actually teaching to our students to get that understanding, because it's very difficult without the consultation of architect. Please, I tell you one thing. There is one thing which I tell you. If you are actually interested in architecture, you are interested in Bachelor of Architecture, please contact the school which is nearer to you. You don't need to join that school, but at least talk to the professors there. Talk to an architect who is next to you, okay? Let's not talk to anybody who is selling some parotas or something like that. Don't actually talk to them. Talk to the people who are reasonably of your subject. You know, if you want to be a doctor, then you'll be talking to the doctor only. So go and talk to the doctor and learn how you can understand the transformations of everything. This is how we actually understand the transformations for JEE paper 2, and we will be you can actually prepare in that sense. You know about this NATA and JEE already. You have written the examination. You'll be actually asked mathematics, aptitudes, and planning questions. I don't have time for actually giving you the questions and equating that with your fundamental questions, but anyway, you might have actually understood what I actually meant. Total 400 marks which will be given. The ranking will be actually given in JEE paper 2A. You can join all the central institutions. If you have any still doubts about anything, you can contact us for any guidance on NATA and JEE paper 2A. I'm G Raja. We have a system called Perspective Foundation. You can mail us at nata.perspectivefoundation@gmail.com, or you can call me at 994219330 or WhatsApp me in 99408454454. You can visit our website www.perspectivefoundation.com, and you can visit our FB page also at Perspective Foundation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nagendran sir and Rahman sir. Thank you so much, Lovely University, for giving me this beautiful opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raja sir, for making us understand about the various aspects of NATA and JEE paper 2A. Thank you, Nagendra sir, for speaking about the different perspective of practicing architect, and I talked about different ways and strategy to deal with selecting a college or understanding one institution, whether you want to, how you want to join those institutions. So altogether, this session was informative. I wish there would be more and more questions regarding this session, if you have, because this is the strategy, first step towards choosing a career. I will like every student or everyone who is participating, please write something in the chat box or ask questions in the chat box. We will be happy to answer your questions. Also, there is a link there for feedback of this session. We would like to upgrade ourselves to a standard that you are happy to. So please feel free to fill the feedback form also. I can okay. Thank you. Thank you. Messages are there. All students or participant, I would like you to request to please fill the forms that are available, that is available in the chat box, and please ask questions. Can you brief us about some of the different fields in architecture? Nagendra sir, do you want to answer this question? There are the who is asking this question? Let me see. 1 minute. Soham is asking, sir, can you brief us about some of the different fields in architecture? Maybe he is asking about different specialization in architecture. You may brief him.
Thank you for the question. Basically, we have after Bachelor of Architecture, that is the basic graduate degree course. But after getting the Bachelor of Architecture course, any students can pursue the higher studies as an we have already explained. Basically you will join as a urban designer, you will join as a urban planner, this urban designer and urban planner, town planner, right? MCP, master in city and country planning, different type of courses we have. You can pursue as an interior designer course after Bachelor of Architecture course. You can pursue the interior design course, M Design from JNFU Hyderabad. That is also the very famous institute, and we have NID in India, and we have different type of also institute. In our institute also M Design courses available. So this is the one thing. Other important thing is that besides this one, students can pursue, if any have interest in conservation and history and some other type of thing related with the ASI, Archaeological Survey of India, then he or she can pursue the course of the Master of Architecture in Architectural Conservation. So that help you the for the job prospects also, and for the higher studies. Landscape architect, different type of things can international architecture, computer architecture, different type of things available. And if you want to be a professor, or if you want to join the academics like us, then you can also pursue the higher degree. There is no specialization required for that one. You just complete Master of Architecture or Master of different other specialized courses. But PhD is mandatory. So if you want to be, opt your career in academics, then you will must pursue the PhD course in architecture or in planning or design, like that one. There are a broad scope for graduate BR course. Important thing is that after completion of the course, anyone can got the license from the Council of Architecture. That is very, important for council number, architect's number for the architecture profession and some other type of things. Raman sir.
Thank you, sir. I will add to this question that after doing BArch,
yes.
Even after doing BArch, there are lots of things that you can do. Even after doing pursuing BArch, you can go for higher studies like MArch or PhD, and broad scope opens up planning, interior, urban design, urban planning, and lots of things are there. So architecture actually opens up the gate to you for the whole building construction industry. The world is full of building construction industry, and everything is like waiting for you. Next question was, is NATA or JEE, both are applicable? I will answer this question. NATA or JEE means either you get good score in NATA or you get good score in JEE paper 2. Both are applicable. No need to go for both the things. Any of these two will be good for you to take up the course. No problem in that.
Sir, let me actually come in this section.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Let's not actually put it in a record saying that, but there is actually a very clear specification in the NATA brochure this time. And in the NATA 2020, 2020 regulations of, Council of Architecture, it says NATA is mandatory. It is mandatory for the admission to Bachelor of Architecture. So it is better to actually to actually write this particular NATA examination. Better to be in a safer side. Let us not keep only JEE paper 2A, and if you are qualified in JEE paper 2A, and that's good. That's good, but you actually qualify in NATA also, because I'm just opening up that. Maybe I can actually show that brochure to you. Just 1 second, I'll actually tell you. It says very clearly. It says it should be actually you have to have NATA examination. That is, I'll just 1 minute. It says as per the Council of Architecture Minimum Standard of Education, Standards of Architectural Education, in quote by the architectural Nata brochure, which is dated 25th March 2021. It says, as per the Council of Architecture, in bracket, Minimum Standard of Architectural Education, bracket close, Regulations 2020, qualifying in an aptitude test in architecture conducted by the council is a mandatory requirement for admission to BR degree course. There's one line which is there very clearly. So let us not take, it says like council, I don't know, like they actually accept that NTA also. Like that's, just check that out. So better be in a safer side. I'm just telling for my friend.
Okay. One more, there are many questions. I'll be just putting those questions. What are the best colleges and universities that you would suggest and why? Sumita, I will answer your question in a way like if you are thinking about a college, then the college provides you one side, means particular to that course education, but one university, it provides you a holistic growth. Architecture nowadays is not only about architecture, it is about understanding mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and different other fields also. So it is not only related only just into the closed door. So university opens up to lots of things. Universities will be having lots of infrastructure more than the colleges. So it is in that sense, if you think in my way of understanding, university is a better thing. And where to choose, which university should you choose? The universities which provide you exposure. There is some kind of international exchange program. There are lots of good architects coming for guest lectures. They are providing good workshops. They are providing good internship program opportunities, providing some kind of good, there is a good curriculum, there is a repeatedly reviewed curriculum. So these things you need to know, because you are grown-up students, and now university website will have all these things. I hope I have answered this question. There is this another question, and suppose a student appears for both NATA and GE is okay. This question was answered by sir. I want to the fee structure as there is any placement system in LPU. Yes, Dhananjay Tiwari, I will answer your question. There is this, the fee structure in LPU is covered by scholarship program. LPU Nest gives you scholarship. So if you come up with the good amount of scholarship, there is 50% scholarship available. So many students, almost every student does have some kind of scholarship. 50-40 scholarship is there. That is the fees covered by scholarship. Second is the placement. In the 4th year of architecture, you are registered with the placement system in LPU. There is a robust system of placement in LPU, and you get registered into that, and you will be getting up some kind of a training program for coming up. There is a training program already in the course, embedded into the course, that is called PES course, Performance Enhancement course, and where you are taught about how to perform in the interview, how to behave in the interview, how to dress up in the interview, how to tackle the questions in the interview. Third thing, you are also brought into the contact with different companies, and the different companies will be hiring you in that placement system. And not only during the graduation program, after the graduation program, you are already enrolled into that till 1 year or 2 years, and then you are in that placement system. Okay, there is one more question. Now, since we are in pandemic period, even main BR classes are going online. Unfortunately, it is extension of NATA and GE preparation. It's like, Mr. Raja, how this challenge will be overcome and what are the institution strategies or to streamline this same? Raja sir will be answering this question.
The SP Anchuri is from.
But I will be just adding up to this. If you talk about LPU, Lovely Professional University, there is this very well. We are covering 30,000 to 40,000 students online with classes, assignments, doubt clearing session, examination, practical examination, etc. So all these things are covered by our website that is called myclass.lpu.in. It is wonderful website, wonderful interface where you can actually coordinate, and two-way communication system is there. So it will not feel like that you are outside LPU. You will feel like, okay, you are inside. Obviously, architecture requires the hand-to-hand practice. Drafting is there. Field experiences are there. We are in LPU, we are holding those courses so that in the next sessions, when after 4 or 3 months the open session will be opening, we'll be taking up all the backup things like going to the field and drafting sessions, etc. We'll be making up more and more sessions of those, so that those are covered up. And over to you, Raja sir.
Okay, first of all, Dr. SP Anchur is a very honorable member from Andhra Pradesh. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that beautiful question. First of all, like I believe it's a hands-on experience. Like cannot rule out the best teaching in the hands-on method. Of course, it is very important. As far as like other students are concerned, this particular first-year students, for the basic design and other programs, it's mandatory actually to have hands-on experience. Everyone has to actually, get together with the professor. But what are we actually doing? We are actually trying to inject the passion, because it is we are very helpless, and now we don't have any other alternative. The mankind always try to find new ways of understanding when there is a problem arises. And that is the idea which we are actually trying to imply upon to our students also. The very basic things in the first year of architecture or in many other parts of architecture is like the passion needs to be, restored. What is the best possible way to actually restore the passion? What are we actually doing now? Because this webinars, because myself, G. Raja, I will not be able to travel to Lovely University, Punjab. It would take 3 days for me to actually reach Punjab and, have a session there and come back. Now, everybody is so attached to each other because of the web, I can call Nagendran sir, I can call Vagman sir, I can call Jaisim sir, I can call, COA president, I can call anybody for the assistance, and the students are getting more exposure. So we are actually inviting more people to inject or restore that faith and the passion which is there in architectural students. But sir, I don't refuse. It's a hands-on experience. We need to get back. God gives us, enough time to get back to our tables and, our classes where we can actually work out. Digitally, myself, I'm doing something digitally in NATA and JEE. And of course, in my basic design classes also, I'm trying to actually give them digital architecture, digitally trying to actually incorporate so many other things. The kids are very good in apps and all that. So we are actually trying to incorporate them with the applications, as Rahman sir correctly said. That is how we are actually managing it, sir. But, God gives, we should go back to our tables very fast.
Okay. There is this Mr. Dheeraj Rao asking, sir, what about diploma students? Like can we have some more options other than JEE, Main and NATA? Also, is there any age criteria? I'll answer this question.
There is no particular age criteria in NATA examination, because NATA does not have any age criteria and architecture does not have any age criteria. And
yes,
sir, please.
Yes, sir. If you are asking about whether to go for there are lots of courses other than architecture also, like interior design, urban planning, and product designing. These are also there, which you are directly eligible. Just you need to give some college level test. NATA is very easy and applicable for you because you are diploma student. So NATA, you can give NATA and cover up and come up to the BARC eligibility. Other than BARC, there are lots of courses in the design field itself. B design courses, B plan courses, B design in product design, fashion is there, then multimedia animation is there, journalism, lots of courses are there. There is no end to it. So don't worry about anything. You please prepare for NATA and hopefully everything will be fine. There is this Arya, sir, since drawing session is removed from NATA, so does that make JEE more convenient for admission? Raja sir, can you answer this question?
Like, both of them are actually following the same principle which I have spoken about. In my presentation also, I made it very, very clearer to you. There are two things. One is, asking a question and making you answer through a drawing method. Another thing is actually, putting a drawing and asking you questions. It's all the same actually. If they actually ask you a question, draw a basic primary shapes. Then you will draw automatically, basically a square, a triangle and a circle. Now they'll put square, triangle and a circle. Then they will ask or any rectangle or something like that in that. They will ask, what are the primary shapes in this? It's a verbal question. So they are actually asking you a different type of question in NATA. That's all. Drawing is not there because of these problems. They're not actually having drawing test, but usually the drawing is corrected in this way only. My dear friends, please understand. If there is a question, the question will, how will they mark you in that particular question? They will check whether you understand the basic principles, whether you understand the basic geometry, whether you understand the basic color theory, whether you understand the basic pattern. Are you creative? Please understand. All these things will be tested after you make the drawing. Okay. Now they are actually asking. They usually ask this 5 things, and they try to actually make you that answer through the drawing section. Now they are putting the drawing. They are asking you whether there is symmetry there, there is a repetition there, where is the geometry, all these things. It's vice versa. That's all. Nothing like JEE. JEE is properly actually managed, but I tell you one thing. JEE is actually taken by non-architects. It is by National Testing Agency. Of course, there are architects there. National Testing Agency is conducting that particular examination. Okay, they have a systematic understanding towards what is Architects Act says or the regulation says. Okay, so they will actually follow the regulations properly. They actually have the set of regulations. They follow the regulations in that way one. Okay, NATA is actually taken by architects. See, when somebody is expert, he will ask you expert questions only, because we are in architecture. So we ask, the questions which are very much related to architecture. Nothing wrong. NATA and both are easy only. If you take, you study, you understand, you visualize that properly, then NATA is much more easier than JEE paper 2.
Okay, next question is from Mr. S.P. Achuri sir. Many parents are worried about BR being professional course like MBBS, how the first year will be designed to cover the course structure, registered online classes. Any special effort Council of Architecture is suggesting to minimize effect of online classes? I'll send this question to Nagendra sir, because he is dealing with the LPU with first year. And sir, how are you going to deal with the courses that are
basically
more practical form?
Thank you for the question. Basically, in our university LPU, we have our own developed, already Rahman stated, myclass.lpu.in. In that particular tools, whatever the things we have in particular, physical classes, we are just facing only one subject, that is the workshop. And in the first year, whatever the courses we have already running all the courses, including graphics, including building construction. And but definitely we are little bit facing problem, not more, but little bit facing problem related with the practical courses like building construction. In physical classes, during the class, we after taking the lecture, we accompany with our all students and go to the particular live site to visualize. In architecture, seeing is believing. Whatever we are seeing, that is more exposure to our all budding architects. So that thing we are missing in particular online classes. Otherwise, we are not facing any problem related with the theory as well as practical exposure courses. Only we are facing the problem in like live site visit and exclusively the practical courses like workshop, etc. Otherwise, there is no any problem. Students are also okay with the particular course. Even if in our university, LPU, Lovely Professional University, we have each and everything, whiteboard. We can draft each and everything very nicely in detailing for building construction or any type of things. We can drive directly. We have tools. Our university have tie-up with some one IT company, that is a Hyderabad-based company, I think, Code Tantra. So that Code Tantra provide such type of digital tools to handle such type of pandemic problem. So as a head of the Department of Architecture, we will say that we will try to manage each and everything. There is no any academic loss to our students. And we have stopped the courses in which we can't run in the online mode. And when our school will open and a student will come to the university, then we will provide that course to give more exposure to our students. So we are managing, we are trying to managing. And this questions part is also Council of Architecture also given the particular direction for the online courses, how we can handle related with the examination and some other type of things. So we are trying to do whatever the tools available we have in digital mode, and there is no academic loss, we will say. Yes, Rahman sir.
Thank you, Nagendra sir. There is this question. I'm just skipping one question because that will be given to Raja sir. After completion of BR, can be supervised construction? Yes, you can definitely, Mr. Atanu, definitely supervise construction and become supervisor. No problem in that. Soham Mr. Soham is asking, sir, this year we had question on design in the first attempt of NATA, in which many of us faced problems. How can we work on this topic? Raja sir. Sir, you are mute. Raja sir,
unmute, sir. Friends, like, it is a very basic problem which we have. Say for an example, you are going to a Muslim marriage, okay? You expect that, like there will be biryani and chicken and all that, right? But suddenly they actually, come up with some, like vegetarian food, then you'll be little astonished. The problem here is very, very simple. Many of the coaching centers or the people who are actually coaching or giving some inputs to architecture have actually given a different orientation to the students of architecture, because all through you were expecting everything related to architecture to come in that particular examination, in the NATA examination. But they asked basic aptitude. So you got little astonished. It is like, I have tested many students of mine. Yes, there are some questions which are really, different. I accept that. But I tell you, I have tested many people. Say for an example, there is one paragraph which is actually given. Many people have this problem with this English literature. Yes, from the rural side, there will be actually people actually having problem. But you all studied English throughout your 12th standard. So you be able to actually read a comprehension very properly. You read the comprehension. Now they are asking very few questions to test your judgment values, to judge yourself. They are asking some few questions. If you read it properly, just go back to NATA question paper and read that paragraph properly, then you will be able to answer that paragraph properly. Because you were expecting something else has come. Now you are actually panicked. So the whole examination went haywire. That's all. Nothing has actually happened. If you re-look at that question paper, you will see the questions were taken from elements of design. The questions were taken from principles of architecture. The questions were taken from color theory. The questions were actually taken from architectural awareness and general aptitude. Yes, there were some riddles. There were some different things which were, related to aptitude, related to logical reasoning. So the question paper is not more or related with architecture, like many questions are not related somehow with architecture, but they were all testing your aptitude ability. See, guys, this is the pattern. You have to work in this particular pattern. Now you concentrate how to crack this particular pattern in a wiser way. Please don't look at the challenge which is in front of you. Don't look at what is the negative which has actually happened in the NATA examination. If you look at the challenges ahead, you will be able to clear this examination with high scores. I can assure you that. There are one student who actually scored 110 marks in my batch. They have actually done very well. She really understood. She was keeping herself very calm. 30 seconds, I tell you, my dear friend, you look at any picture, then you will be able to answer that picture. That is what is the interest is all about. Thank you.
I hope there is no more. There is okay. There is no more questions, sir. If you, I will request all the participants to please feel free to complete the feedback form. And thank you, Raja sir, for the wonderful session. Nagendra sir for the wonderful session, and the participant for interacting with us. And there is this one, something is there in the chat box.
Nothing. It's me only actually copied.
Okay.
I was actually copying your form.
Okay. So
post that form again, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So it's the participants who make the webinar more and more interesting. And so thank you all the participants, and we hope for meeting up again with some more good topics. There is already emerging topic like how can we deal with the first year architects and architecture study of first year. Nagendra sir, please note this, and we will be covering up this in the next webinar session, and we'll be inviting more and more people to join. Thank you once again, and we may sign off now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, participants. Thank you.
Thank you, Raman sir, Raja sir.
Yes, sir.